Assassin's Creed Unity left fans of the series disappointed with the numerous bugs and glitches they encountered. It could have been the beginning of the end for the saga. Thankfully, Assassin's Creed Syndicate has learned from the previous installment's mistakes and produced the best entry for years. This time we travel to Victorian London, and with great protagonists, an exciting destination and a gratifying story, Assassin's Creed is back at its best. The capital of England is a rich setting for Assassin's Creed, and not only is the city a great destination, but it is the core of all the content that surrounds it. London looks beautifully grim with smoking chimneys and bad weather, but at times the sunlight will break through to reveal the beauty of the landscape around you. It is the best depiction of London I have seen in a game. The 19th century is the most contemporary setting so far in Assassin's Creed, and there is an abundance of recorded history available. Ubisoft has been able to create a riveting recreation. You'll see child workers being abused by their money-hungry bosses and desperately poor folk pickpocketing their way through life. This era also allows for engaging and varied missions. Unethical human experimentations and the robbing of the Bank of England are just a couple of the events you'll witness. As this is the Industrial Revolution, your base is a steam train which parades around the city in real time. You can hop off whenever you like, and you'll see it pass by as you embark on other activities. When you encounter the Thames, you'll see a constant flow of trading ships clogging the river. When you don't feel like taking the bridge, you can hop between the boats like a modern game of Frogger. All of these details bring the world to life in a way that I've never seen an Assassin's Creed game before. You will step into the shoes of the Fry twins. Jacob is the brawling, cocky rebel, whereas his sister Evie is the more dignified and focused sibling. They balance each other well, and you will be able to switch between both. They are already assassins, so there's no need to retell that story. This is simply a tale of liberating London from Templar dominance. The duo have their own abilities, which are unlocked by gaining experience points. Evie can become invisible when she is sneaking, whereas Jacob has combat-focused abilities. The two characters do feel different to begin with, but by the time you reach level 10, they have a lot of similar skills, which makes them feel less independent. The story feels self-contained here, and it makes the game feel complete. Victorian London is rich in lore, and therefore the content here seems relative and interesting. As the twins, you set upon a mission to liberate London, and you'll meet famous historical figures throughout. Charles Darwin, Charles Dickens and Florence Nightingale will make an appearance, and all give you missions that relate to the overarching story. Everything you do here seems connected, and completing tasks do not feel like a burden. You create a gang called the Rooks at the start of the game, and you will fight rival gangs as you conquer territories. You assassinate targets, emancipate children, and arrest criminals. This all culminates in a huge gang war in the streets. The whole process is fun and pretty addictive. Occasionally the missions feel repeated, but overall the gameplay is enjoyable, so you excuse it. Everything builds at a steady pace, but the ending is unsatisfying, as the game, which felt grounded throughout, becomes supernatural. On the whole though, the whole narrative was engaging. If you've played Assassin's Creed before, combat and traversing will be like second nature to you. This year the developers have introduced the grappling hook and carriages. The grappling hook is a game changer. London is bigger than any previous locale, but climbing is made easier with the hook. Simply standing at the bottom of a building and pressing a shoulder button will launch you into the air, and you'll be on top of the obstacle within seconds. You can use the grappling hook to cover ground too, but it's not as accurate as I would have liked. I found myself trying to reach a specific ledge and not being given the option. However, when it works, it really gives you a new effective tool on the battlefield. You can fly between buildings with ease and eliminate enemy snipers before descending into the field. Combine this with the arsenal of weapons at your disposal and you'll feel like a true assassin. As London is so huge, transport has been included, and you will find horses and carriages everywhere. The streets are wider than ever in an Assassin's Creed game, and getting around the world is now more efficient. Some of the paths through the city can be narrow though, and riding down them can be tricky. You can hijack a carriage much like a GTA game and commandeer it all across London. They control reasonably well, and you can engage in combat whilst riding. You can either shoot enemies from the comfort of your seat, or if you're feeling adventurous, you can leap onto the top of your carriage, jump onto the foe and execute him. Assassin's Creed Syndicate deserves a lot of credit. Not only have they bounced back from the harsh criticism of the prequel, they've created the best game in years. They have removed the lackluster features which made the series feel dated and rejuvenated the saga with new and exciting ideas. Having lived in London for many years, I really feel that Ubisoft have done the city justice, and I will be returning to complete everything that it has to offer. Assassin's Creed Syndicate has achieved something I never thought possible. It has rekindled my love for the series, and I pray that they continue this forward thinking in the future. I give Assassin's Creed Syndicate 8 out of 10.